Hey guys, how's it going? I'm gonna try to keep the mic pretty close to my mouth just so you guys don't have to hear the air conditioner going, or at least not as much, because I'm terrible with audio threshold settings. So bad at audio. And I just wanted to take a moment and talk to you guys about the event that I did today. August 1st, we just had an author event at the Castle in the Clouds in Molten Borough, put on by the Molten Borough Library, which is the library that I spend time writing at, and that I have spent time writing at for years, off and on. More often lately than I have been. I kind of had a bit of a hiatus. Just because I was more comfortable writing at home, but then I was procrastinating, so I needed to shift gears and go back to the library to, it's like putting on the horse blinders, whatever you want to call it. Did a signing event, and just like a author meandering kind of thing, and I didn't really know what to expect. I've never done an event like this. I've tried to do them before in the past. Well, I say that as if I've done it for years. Like last year, I looked into it, but I looked into it far too late. I think I looked into it in August, and all the events had since been done, and I didn't know anything about it, so I knew that they happened. I didn't really know the time frame of when I should be investigating and searching for things like this, and just like the time frame of how that worked. So last year was a small learning experience just to kind of get the kernel in my brain. And this year, I was going to look into it again, and it had been slipping my mind. I was procrastinating it, but I got asked by the library, hey, do you want to do this thing? Because they knew that I asked last year. So I went, absolutely. What do I do? I have no idea. Hold my hand, please. They got me all set up. I filled out the form. I did everything I needed to do. And I've talked about this a little bit already. But anyways, I go through all that stuff. And that was like months ago. And I bought a couple of books. And my plan was to buy a few right up front while I had some extra money, to stockpile a few. And then when I got a little bit closer to the date, when I started doing more research on how much I should bring and, get some insight, then I would buy a few more just so I'd have a stock. Because I'd rather have a stock of extra books and sell some and have some left over, instead of sell all of what I had and then have to turn people away and say, I'm so sorry, if you want it, you have to go online. Because if going home and then going into it, going to the website, go to Amazon, go to purchase, then you have to wait, and it's like the odds are somebody doing that are far less than somebody just purchasing while they're there. I didn't want to run out, but I also put it off a little bit too long, and then realized, I don't have as many books as I wanted to have, and the few that I do have are enough to get me by, but I should definitely have more than this, and I would not have been able to get them on time for the event, unfortunately, because Amazon takes so long to print and ship author copies of books. I would have had to buy them at cost and then sell them for less than at cost, because online, like say book one, for example, I sell for $20 on Amazon because it's the beefiest book. But then in person, I sell them for 15. You save some money. I still make a profit. I think I buy each book. I buy author copies for $7, or actually $8, rounding up the change, $8, and then I sell them for 15. So I make a $7 profit, and it's like, whatever have you. I sell them online for 20, and I make maybe $3 because of how all the fees and distribution and stuff work. So buying them at author copy price and selling them for even cheaper than online is better for everybody. You guys get it for cheaper. I make more money on it, and it's more personable. It's more fun. And it's more memorable as well. But at the end of all that, I only had 6 copies of book 1, 5 copies of book 2, 2 copies of Devil to the Damned, and I think 5 copies of the poetry book, Tomorrow to Lose, and then I had a few random copies of some other books to show off that were only display. But yeah, so I'll put up on screen right here a picture of my booth as I had it set up, and this was a trial run. I didn't know what to expect, and I got super anxious because I'm like, man, I definitely should have had more books. I should be doing this, that, and the other thing. I bought a couple of things for decoration, or for helping like advertising and stuff and making the booth look professional. And I realized when I got there, I had way more stuff than most of the people. Man, in the middle of recording this, get a call from my mom, and she just asked me how the event went, and I just had to like re-explain everything that I got to, and I don't even know where I was. I think I was saying like I don't even know, dude. That was like 15 minutes ago. So I get to the event. And, I'm looking around and everything. And I'm looking at this right here. I'm like, what the fuck? What is that in the background? It's my backpack. It scared me for a second. So yeah, I'm nervous as hell. I don't think I have enough copies. I'm kind of panicking, but on screen I showed what my table looked like, and I sit down. I'm all nervous. I'm shitting myself, and I start talking to one of the ladies next to me, and who's again author. There's like 8 of us there, and her and I have a good conversation about her books and my books, and just the event in general. All that was really nice, and I'm just kind of sitting at my table like, I hope this goes moderately well. I hope I sell maybe one, and I'm not gonna go over every single detail, but like there was an author doing like a presentation about his book series and his writing journey and stuff like that. We get through it, and I'm just kind of sitting there waiting. They're taking some pictures, and I'll put up a picture of me as well, the one picture that they posted that I was in so far, and I do sell one book actually pretty quickly, and they actually were saying like, "Oh, is this woman?" And I assume her daughter. Yeah, they were both super nice, and they wanted me to. They got a book for another family member who wasn't there, and I signed it to that person, which I've never signed something to a person before. So I was like, I don't know, because you have like celebrities that are like, uh, Tony Stark, love you 3000, Iron Man, just whatever. Have like I don't know, just went to this person and then my signature. That's all I could do. Or 4 or 2. I think I wrote 2. Um, and yeah, they seemed really happy. They went on their way, and that was all good. And then a little bit of a lull. The presentation, the guy did his presentation. Then it was a little bit more of a lull. It was it was like an hour and a half long event. Um, I had to. It was a pain in the ass trying to find where I was supposed to go because I've never been to that. I've been to that. No, I haven't actually. I've never been to that building before. I've been to the castle, but not to that building. So I had to figure it all out, and I had to like lug my giant that box right there full of books and shit. And that thing is like 60 pounds. I'm just like, maybe not 60, maybe like 40 pounds or something like that. Maybe 50. I don't know. I'm not really good at guessing weights. I'm better at guessing distances. Not so good at guessing weights. So, but yeah, so I had to lug that thing and do all that, and the event was going good. My brain's all over the place. I'm freaking fried. My brain's fried. I'm not fried. And then, yeah, so I talked to a few other people, have some good conversations about, trying to explain the book, explain the story of how, like, became a writer and how I started doing all this, and kind of like the loose idea of like what to expect from the books. And I told it differently every time to everyone who asked, obviously. And got a few people that took home business cards, sold a few other copies of other books to somebody, and then we kind of wrapped up. And it all came to a close really quickly. Like all of a sudden I look around and it's like 10 and people start packing up their tables. It's like, holy shit. Okay, I guess we're done. And of course, that's when I decided to start actually talking to some other people. And I was speaking to this one lady who was to my left, and I was asking her about her thing, and I'm not gonna try to recall people's names. I'm terrible at remembering names, and I had a lot of names that were thrown my way tonight. But at the end of the night, I was the last to pack up my booth because I offered to help the lady who was a little on the older side. I offered to help her carry her stuff to her car, so I did that, and then went back inside. And my table is the only one with stuff on it, and it's completely set up still. So I just had to I'm sorry, I'm coming, hold on. So I start breaking down my table, throw everything in the box, and then I carry the stuff out, and I go out to the parking lot, and I'm like, the entrance is there, but the only parking spots that are right there are all handicap parking spots. And then the actual main parking is like 800 feet away. So I'm just like, I could either set this down, walk the distance, get in my car, drive back over here, load it up, and then drive away, or just and waste that time. It's already 8:30, or just walk to my car. So I just walk to my car. I just carry the heavy ass box. My back is snapping in half, and I get to my car, and we're all done, and I go home. So overall, my experience was great. I enjoyed it. It was definitely very nerve-wracking, but I took some physical and mental notes on how to better prepare and set up for next time I do something like this, and I would definitely be looking into doing this again in the future. wherever I really can, as long as I don't have to travel too far, just because of getting time off for work. Because I still went to work today just for like an hour and a half just to help prep, but like I still had to like make it work with my schedule. Yeah, and it definitely reinvigorated me to push through and keep writing and keep doing what I do because people seemed really enthusiastic. Um, so I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful. Um, yeah, so I think that'll about do it. I don't have a whole lot else to say. That was pretty much the gist of it. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like. And if you were at the event and you have a YouTube channel, say hi. I'll see you guys in the next one.